I wanted to go into a couple more sources of like where you're getting exposed to these toxins, because people just think about drinking, but as you just hit on, showering, you're also going to be exposed to it. I've had many clients. I mean, I've lost count how many have had skin issues, and especially those people with histamine issues. If there is a mast cell component to their health problems, just the chlorine alone could aggravate their mast cells and create a histamine response. So if you're noticing that you're having a skin issue, a skin reaction, some type of a rash, you're getting flushed, you're getting red, your cheeks are red, your chest is red after a shower, or just general skin irritation, skin dryness. I mean, people that are trying to improve skin quality, the chlorine from the shower is a big one. Also, dishwashers. Think about the dishwasher. You've got a lot of hot water, and that's really going to be activating that chlorine gas. I've had some clients that were in the kitchen doing dishes, standing next to the dishwasher while it runs, and they're getting a headache and they don't know why. And we traced it back to the chlorine gases coming out of the dishwasher. Now, of course, these are more sensitive people, and you listening may not be that sensitive, but these are the canaries in the coal mine that really show us the true toxicity going on. And then if we're able to implement a whole house filter, of course, that also removes the chlorine from your dishwasher. So now your kitchen is not going to be this big chlorine bomb anymore, which is amazing. And also your ice. Think about people that are doing ice beverages. My wife loves an iced coffee. And if we didn't have a whole house filter, now it is true that refrigerators and freezers, they do have filters these days. However, they're very poor. Generally, they're going to be removing lead, maybe some mercury. But in regards to like your trihalomethanes, your BPAs, your chloramines, your pharmaceuticals, your pesticides, all of that stuff, it's just not the level of purity you're looking for. So your ice is contaminated. You put the ice in the drink and you get exposed there. And then really just to kind of summarize all the toxins, you really have just four big categories. You've got your chemicals, which is like the pesticide. You've got glyphosate. You talked about the pesticide runoff. That's a huge problem because we know that even parts per billion, ppb, which is tiny amounts of glyphosate, kill beneficial bacteria in the gut. So literally, it's almost like you're drinking an antibiotic in your tap water because of the glyphosate. And then in regards to like the physical toxins in the water, I mean, whether it's like clay or just organic material that ends up in the water. I know like the Ohio River, that where Kentucky gets their water, I mean, you got mud and crap running off into there all the time. And then what about like the biological stuff? You mentioned viruses. We talked about parasites. We talked about bacteria. And then what about like radiation? I mean, that's tough to say, but I don't know exactly the locations I've seen in the desert. You've got like uranium and cesium showing up. Like in California, you've seen a lot of cesium showing up from Fukushima, the nuclear reactor that's still leaking to this day, almost a decade later. So you've got, radiation to deal with. And so all these things add up. And the good news is you and I kind of joked about this, but you can make yourself live in a healthy bubble. And it seems like you're having to go above and beyond and you're just the health freak. But no, this is honestly the standard of care that your water should have. This is really just standard practice. You're really just trying to get back to the water that your great grandparents drank before all these chemicals were invented.
100%. I totally agree.